Good morning. Welcome into Tal Anderson Field here in Omaha, Nebraska for semifinal day here in the Class A State Baseball Tournament. Nick Sainer joining you as we have a good one on tap. It's the number one seed, the Millard West Wildcats, coming in with the undefeated record of 2-0 here in the tournament, facing the team that's on the brink of elimination, the 8 seed, the Grand Island Islanders. It'll be Millard West up to bat first, so we'll see the top three of their order, Nick Ventiker, Corey Kozad, and Tyson Lewis here in just a moment. Starting on the mound for the Islanders, once again, who surprisingly, in the fashion that they did, a 10-0 victory over Creighton Prep in an elimination game yesterday afternoon here at Tal Anderson Field. They will be starting the senior pitcher, number 4, Riley Plummer, the right-handed hurler on the mound today. Plummer on the season, a 4-2 record with a 2.53 earned run average, and he's going to be facing the highly powerful and explosive offense that is the Millard West Wildcats. So Nick Ventiker, the Creighton commit, will step into the right-handed batter's box, and we are ready to go here on a beautiful morning at Tal Anderson Field, the home of the Omaha Mavericks baseball team. The first pitch to Ventiker, low and away, ball one. We're underway here in Omaha. So if Grand Island can upset Millard West today here in the first game, we'll play a second one immediately following. But as Ventiker hits this one down the left field line, it's down for a base knock, and a nice start for the Wildcats as Ventiker takes the 1-0 fastball into left field for a base hit. But as I was saying, if Millard West is able to get the best of the Islanders here today, then we'll just go ahead and have a little bit of an extended intermission. We'll send it back to the studio for a couple hours, then back here at 4 o'clock for a game between Lincoln East and Elkhorn South. And so as Ventiker leads off first, in steps the number 2 hitter, Corey Kozad. Kozad behind the plate today for Millard West as Plummer picks over to first. Back in time, standing up is Ventiker. Multiple Division I coaches here at Tal Anderson Field as I see Nebraska, Lance Harvell sitting in about the 8th row right behind home plate. The pitch to Corey Kozad catches the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. The home plate umpire today, Zach Lutz. Zach's been a familiar face both at Warner and now here at Tal Anderson Field during the state tournament. So Lutz will be behind the dish and in charge of the umpires here in the first game of the day. Plummer picks back over. Back in time is Ventiker at first. This Millard West lineup features at least 3 Division I commits. We've talked about them extensively. Obviously, Ventiker to Creighton. Tyson Lewis, the man on deck, as Ventiker will steal second without a throw from the catcher as the ball goes in the dirt for ball 2. But as I was saying, you have Ventiker who's at second. Tyson Lewis, 3-hole hitter, who's currently on deck, is in Arkansas as a junior, farther down the order, hitting the straight right fielder, Drew Gammer, heading to the Iowa Hawkeyes. So Millard West had yesterday off, which is a huge perk if you are able to start this thing 2-0. You get a day, you don't have to use any pitchers, and as if Millard West needs any more help, they got a day off yesterday. Kozad fouls this one back to netting. Count 1 ball, 2 strikes. So no game tomorrow. Doesn't matter the result of the day. No games will be played on Thursday. We'll take tomorrow off, and then Friday night at 7 p.m. it's the Class A State Championship game right here in Cal. 1-2 pitch from Plummer, just a hair outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes, rolling it up. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to Corey Kozad. Plummer on the mound for Grand Island today. We're just underway here, still top of the first. Ventiker's at second. We'll have time called at the plate before the pitch, so we'll do it over at 2 balls, 2 strikes. It's a beautiful day here in Omaha. 70 degrees at first pitch. First pitch was shortly after 10 a.m., around 10:01. Van Tyker leads off second. Plummer forces him back. Van Tyker almost started extending his lead towards third base when Plummer went towards home, but then Plummer was able to compose himself and do the up and over move to force Van Tyker back to second. Millard West real aggressive on the base paths as the 2-2 pitch is outside, works the count full, 3 balls, 2 strikes to the 2-hitter, Corey Kozad. These two teams played last Friday in what feels like a really long time ago back at Warner Park. But just a few days ago, last Friday, as the 3-2 pitch swung on, hit down the third base line. It's past the third baseman, and Van Tyker will score as Kozad rounds first base. He's going to try to stretch it into 2. The throw into second is not in time, and Corey Kozad has himself an RBI double here in the top of the first inning, and the Millard West Wildcats lead 1-0. And so that is exactly what Millard West can do, is they get on you quick. So Van Tyker steals second base. He was on his way to third with the pitch there on the full count, 3-2. And Corey Kozad, the starting catcher for the Wildcats, hit it past the third baseman for Grand Island, Braden Lee, who tried to reach out and take a step and a dive towards the foul line, but it was just out of reach, and it went into left field. So 1-0, Millard West on top here already in this one. Top of the first inning, nobody out. And that brings up Tyson Lewis, the left-handed hitter. Lewis takes ball 1, low and in, 1-0. So a RBI double for Corey Kozad. He stands at second base now. And the Arkansas commit, the future Razorback, steps in with a 1-0 count facing Riley Plummer. The pitch hit well into center field, coming in, and it's going to drop for a base hit in shallow center field. Going to third is Kozad. It's not in time on the throw. He had to wait up for that one just to make sure it dropped. He had a tough time reading that ball, the speed and direction and flight at second base. That one ends up dropping in shallow center for a base knock, and Tyson Lewis keeps the train alive as he gets a single, and runners are now at the corners with nobody out here in the top of the first inning. That brings up the cleanup hitter, Peyton Moore. Moore homered in last Friday's game against Grand Island. He had a 2-run home run in the bottom of the fourth inning that extended the Millard West lead to 10-0 as he takes ball 1 outside. Now a delayed steal. Throw down to second is in time to get Tyson Lewis at second. So we've seen that before in previous Millard West games where when they have runners on the corners, they'll go ahead and do what's called a delayed steal, where they won't go with the pitch. They'll go when the catcher immediately catches the ball. So it kind of forces a delayed response by the catcher, but a nice throw by Tyler Douglas behind the dish gets Lewis thrown out at second base. And now on the 1-0 pitch, Peyton Moore swings and misses for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. So Lewis caught stealing at second for the first out of the inning. The 1-1, low in the dirt, ball 2. Kozad still stands on third. 2 balls, 1 strike. Peyton Moore, the hitter, righty on righty matchup, swings and fouls that one back, and we're even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One of the benefits, as I've mentioned, was that Millard West didn't have to exhaust any pitchers yesterday. Grand Island threw the same guy they threw last Friday, as the pitch here is upstairs, ball 3. And if Millard West desired, they didn't do it today, but if they wanted to, they could have thrown Drew Derrimer, who they threw last Friday. The 3-2 pitch swung on, dribbled up to the pitcher. It's going to be a 1-3 ground out and a huge out number 2 for Riley Plummer as that one hits the cap of the bat from Peyton Moore, and he is retired for out number 2 in the top of the first inning. So unable to score on that play was Kozad from third. That brings up Caden Dreesen, the designated hitter. Dreesen on Monday against Creighton Prep, he had to be sub the starting as an off the face. And now his one at bat, he singled. So Dreesen takes ball one, low in the dirt. No. There's one walk upstairs, 2 balls, no strikes. The 5-hole hitter, Caden Dreesen. 30 degrees here at Anderson Field. No wind at all. The flags are at a standstill. The 2-0 pitch is going to be fouled off to the left. 2 balls, 1 strike. This Millard West team hit a total of 3 home runs against the Islanders last Friday. Van Tyker in the leadoff spot hit a leadoff home run to start the game as the 2-1 pitch is outside 3-1. And then he hit a grand slam in the bottom of the 4th. And as I mentioned just a couple moments ago, Peyton Moore, the cleanup hitter, hit a 2-run blast as well in that bottom of the 4th inning. So Millard West was able to get out of that game with a 10-0 win in just 5 innings. And now Dreesen will take a 5-pitch walk as he watches ball 4 low and away. So runners on the corners now with 2 outs for Drew Dermer. So Dermer, the future Hawkeye, going to University of Iowa. Dermer on Monday, he started, as I mentioned, on the mound on Friday against the Grand Island Islanders, so did not participate in hitting on Friday, but on Monday went 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 groundouts. The pitch catches the corner on the outside half, 0-1. 2 outs here in the top of the 1st inning, just underway from Tal Anderson Field. Riley Plummer on the mound for the Islanders. Millard West has 2 runners on, 1 at first and 1 at third, and now a pick over to first. Back in time is Dreesen. No balls, 1 strike here to the 6-hole hitter, Drew Dermer. Plummer comes set, checks the runner at first, and now he'll pick back over. So we'll do it again at 0-1. Really good crowd on hand, an excellent student section from Millard West, populating that third base side as the 0-1 pitch is going to be low and away in the dirt. Great stop behind the dish by Tyler Douglas, keeping both runners in check as, don't forget, Kozad at third base, looking to add on to the Millard West lead here early on. So the 1-1 pitch from Plummer, going to be swung on, chopped to third base, mishandled at third, and everybody will be safe. What's interesting here is Kozad, or I should say the courtesy runner Jackson Williams, it looks like, did not go home. I think he forgot that it may have been 2 outs, but Steve Fry over there at third base is saying we should have been scoring on that play, as with 2 outs now the bases are loaded after the error on the third baseman, Braden Lee. Brings up Dylan Swierczyk. Swierczyk, the starting second baseman. He takes ball 1 upstairs, 1-0. So Dermer reaches on an error by the third baseman. Dreesen will now be at second, and still at third base is the courtesy runner for Corey Kozad, the catcher. The 1-0 pitch going to be grounded to the left side, fielded by Lee. He throws to second, and it's in time for the force out. And a nice job by Riley Plummer and the Grand Island Islanders getting out of the top of the 1st inning with minimal damage as Millard West leaves the bases loaded to end the top of the 1st inning. They lead 1-0 after 3 outs of play. When we come back, it'll be Grand Island's turn. Barrientos, Evans, and Aarons will be due up for Grand Island, the 1, 2, and 3 hitters, and they'll be facing Brady Ferguson on the mound for Millard West. We'll talk about him and let you know who Brady Ferguson is coming up next in 60 seconds on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here, summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln. Always honest answers.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954. It's time for the bottom half of the first inning, so it's our first glance at the Islanders hitters here this morning. They'll be facing the sophomore arm, the righty throwing Brady Ferguson. Once again, a sophomore for Millard West. Comes in with a 2-0 record with a 3.36 earned run average this season. Most of the time pitching in relief, but here getting the start today on Wednesday morning. Once again, there is a possibility of a second game to immediately follow this one for these two teams. If Grand Island can now come from behind and win early on, once again, the first inning, they're down 1-0. That first could have been a lot worse for Grand Island as Millard West started the inning with 3 straight base hits. Like that I should say brought Van Dyker in to score. But unfortunately enough, Lewis was caught stealing at second base and then a couple ground outs and a fly out were really halting the Millard West for Ferguson. And his pitch was behind the leadoff batter, Braxton Barrientos. Barrientos getting the start in center field today. And he's at the count 1 ball, no strikes. So Ferguson now hits it to Barrientos, or throws it to Barrientos, who gets this fastball in the inside corner, pops up to the left fielder, and is retired for out number 1. So Barrientos goes F7 on the flyout for out number 1, and now that brings up the 2-hole hitter, Cohen Evans. Evans, the lefty, facing the righty arm of Brady Ferguson. Ferguson throws with some velocity. Just a sophomore. The backdoor slider is going to be good for strike 1, 1 ball, 1 strike to Cohen Evans, the number 2 hitter. So now the 1-1 pitch, up and away, ball 2. So 2 balls, 1 strike here to Cohen Evans. He pitched on Monday as he takes ball 3 up and away, 3-1. Once again, Ferguson on the mound for Millard West, a sophomore, 2-0 this season. First appearance here in the state tournament as he walks Cohen Evans on 5 pitches. So Evans will now be at first base. And that brings up E.J. Ahrens, the starting right fielder for Grand Island in this one. Ahrens has played every game here in the state tournament, as this is the 4th game of the tournament for Grand Island, just the 3rd for Millard West. Ahrens in yesterday's win against Prep, 1 for 2 with a walk, also had an RBI double. Grand Island scored 10 runs on just 4 hits yesterday against the Junior Jays, as Ferguson starts him off with a strike on the outside corner, 0-1. So Millard West won 10-0 against Grand Island on Friday and then beat Prep 9-1 on Monday, as the 0-1 pitch is going to be fouled off to the right side, 0-2. Really good crowd on hand. As I mentioned, Millard West gets out of school for this one, and they showed up well, populating the entire third base side. There's not an empty seat over there. Really good to see from the students here in state baseball. Obviously, a longer drive for Grand Island. Not as many people, but still a good crowd. A lot of purple in the stands. The 0-2 count here to E.J. Ahrens. Ferguson checks the runner at first, now delivers home. Swung on and missed. The back pick at first is going to go over the head into right field, and Cohen Evans will be able to advance from first to second base on the overthrow from the catcher on the back pick. However, it does go down as a swinging strikeout for out number 2. So Cohen Evans will be a runner in scoring position on the air by the catcher, Corey Kozad, as he tried to backpick Evans at first base following the swinging and miss strike 3 from E.J. Ahrens. Brings up Carson Lighting. Lighting, the starting left fielder, went 1 for 2 yesterday. Back in last Friday's game, went 1 for 1. Also got hit by a pitch last Friday and lost to Millard West. He takes ball 1 up and away, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes here, bottom of the first inning. Millard West out in front. The Wildcats, the number 1 seed here in the tournament, as the 1-0 pitch is just a hair outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Millard West, number 1 seed, had a regular season record of 29-5. As Ferguson steps off, checks the runner at second. They, in fact, lost to Lincoln East, who they could potentially meet in the state championship 2 times this season. So 2 of their 5 losses have been to the Spartans. As the 2-0 pitch outside, ball 3. If you're Coach Steve Fry, though, for Millard West, you feel like you're in a really good spot with pitchers. You've only had to use 2 pitchers this entire tournament so far. Now Ferguson just needs to fill it up for you on the mound. The 3-0 pitch, low, ball 4, and he walks the cleanup hitter on 4 pitches. So now the Islanders will be at first and second base for the third baseman, Braden Lee. Was one of the bright spots in terms of hits on Tuesday. Lee has single, also back in the win against Gretna on Monday, 2 RBI single that proved the difference maker in the 2-0 win against Gretna. So 2 out here, bottom of the first inning for Grand Island. 2 guys on base, first and second. As the first pitch swung on and missed by Braden Lee on the slider outside of the zone, 0-1. Ferguson trying to work around 2 blocks that he's given up. Ferguson fires home, slider swung on and missed. Same pitch, same location, same result. As swing strike, no balls, 2 strikes here to Braden Lee, the third person, the 5-hole hitter here for Grand Island. Ferguson checks the runner, the 2 offering. Outside corner, just a hair outside. I thought the home plate umpire, Zach Lutz, was going to ring Braden Lee up. I think he may have thought so as well because he started walking back to the dugout. I think he was expecting a 3rd straight slider, but they tried to paint the outside corner, unable to do so. The 1-2 pitch, low and inside, good block by Kozad behind the plate to get it to bounce out in front of home plate. Keep it in front of him, 2 balls, 2 strikes to Braden Lee. This is something that you can't have if you are Brady Ferguson. Approaching 20 pitches here in the first inning. But when you're ahead in a count 0-2, you cannot allow yourself to come back 3-2. The 2-2 swung on, chopped, foul left side. We'll do it again at 2 balls, 2 strikes. So once again, potentially 4 games today if the lower seeds are able to win at least 1. But the 2-2 offering here from Ferguson to Braden Lee as Ferguson checks the runner a second twice. Slider on the inside corner, strike 3 looking for Braden Lee. So the Islanders draw 2 walks in the first inning, but leave runners stranded at first and second base. We go to the top of the second inning. Millard West will send hitters 8, 9, and 1 up to the plate. to face the pitcher, Riley Plummer, for Grand Island. We'll move to the top of the second inning and be back in 60 seconds right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121. Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited. And if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Nick Sainert back with you from Tal Anderson Field. Apologize for the little bit of a delay. I know my voice has gone robotic a couple of times, so we have changed the way we're set up here, and so had a little bit of a longer delay in between innings, so I'll kind of keep you updated and catch you up to speed. So Nixon Snyder was the leadoff hitter in the top of the second inning for Millard West. He flew out to the center fielder, and now with one out, Brady Braw has now singled to left field. So he stands on first base for the number one hitter, Nick Van Tyker. As Plummer is back on the mound for Grand Island, he checks on Brady Braw over at first base. 1-0 here, Millard West with the lead. Picks over again. Back in time is Braw at first base. In that first inning, Plummer threw 28 pitches. He currently sits at 35 after the First offering to Van Tyker is low, ball 1. So 1 ball, no strikes, nobody out here in the top of the second inning. Bra stands at third. He gets forced to go back to first base now on the pickoff attempt. He goes in standing. Millard West extremely active on the base paths. So Plummer just checking on him and keeping him honest. The 1-0 offering is Bra goes. This line drive into center field. It'll be caught by the center fielder. Now forced to retreat to first base is Bra, and he's back in time. But a nice play center field by Barrientos to make out number 2. Nice piece of hitting there on the line drive out by Nick Van Tyker, the leadoff hitter. Now that brings up Corey Kozad. Kozad had a RBI double back in the first inning that scored Van Tyker from second. Now he has Bra on first base with 2 outs. The pick over to Bra. Back in time is the 9-hole over at first base. Corey Kozad on the year, a .295 hitter. He steps in, swings, hits this one well into left field, left center, I should say. The center fielder Barrientos ranges over and makes the catch for the final out of the inning. So no runs on 1 hit, 1 runner left on base. We go to the bottom of the second after a nice bounce back inning from Riley Plummer. He only throws 8 pitches in the inning, and the Wildcats are retired in the top of the second. In the bottom of the second inning, it'll be the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for Grand Island, Dinkelman, Gannon, and Ramos. The 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up for the Islanders here in just a moment. They'll face Brady Ferguson, who trots back out onto the mound, and we'll be back in 60 seconds right here on 93.7 The Ticket. Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Nick Sander back with you. We move to the bottom of the second inning and due up for Grand Island. It'll be Sam Dinkelman, the starting shortstop for the Islanders. The Islanders responded well in the top half of that second inning. Nice piece of hitting by the first 2 hitters in the Millard West lineup as Van Tyker lined out to center, and then a deep fly ball in the left center gap was tracked down by the center fielder off the bat of Corey Kozad as Dinkelman takes ball 1 outside, 1 ball, no strikes. So Ferguson with the 1-0 count fires home the backdoor breaking ball in there for a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. 1-1 pitch from Ferguson. Slider swung on and missed. May have been tipped as well, but straight into the glove of Kozad for Millard West, strike 2. Ferguson working in a rhythm. We've seen that from Millard West pitchers every single game so far. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed as Dinkelman goes down swinging for the first out of the second inning. So Dinkelman goes down on strikes. That is the 3rd strikeout of the game for Ferguson. He ended the first inning on strikeouts, and now he faces the designated hitter Gage Gannon. The first pitch to the AB is inside, ball 1, 1-0. Gannon yesterday in the win against Prep, 1 for 2 with a strikeout. He also walked, and he had a 2 RBI single in the 10-0 rout, the run rule victory in 5 innings over the Junior Jays. Gannon swings at the 1-0 slider, low and away, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, slider inside, ball 2. Couple college coaches in attendance here at Tal Anderson Field as the fastball catches the inside corner, 2-2, including Nebraska's own Lance Harvell. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 2-2 offering is upstairs, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Gage Gannon, he did not play against Gretna on Monday as he takes the 3-2 offering inside, ball 4, and Gannon draws a 1-out walk. So Gannon will be on first base, the designated hitter. That brings up the starting second baseman, Kevin Ramos. Ramos did not see time on Monday or Tuesday, but did play last Friday in the 10-0 loss. He went 0 for 2 against the Wildcats with a line out to the shortstop and a ground out to the second baseman. So Ferguson with a runner on first base after the 1-out walk. He throws strike 1 in there on the outside corner, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike here as Ferguson is up over 30 pitches here. Ferguson just checks on Gannon over there at first base. Back in time is the Islander base runner. Tyler Douglas, the catcher, stands on deck for Grand Island, but Kevin Ramos, the left-handed hitter, steps into the box. Ferguson, the righty, for Millard West on the mound. Ramos, the left-handed hitter. The pitch on 0-1 is on the outside part of the zone, but it's called a ball, 1-1. So once again, Zach Lutz, the home plate umpire. 1-0 Millard West here in the bottom of the second inning. Ferguson, quick move over to first base, not in time as Gage Gannon, who has a pretty slim lead over there at first, slides in easily. Probably could extend his lead just a little bit more. He finished on that slide back to first base with his belt buckle standing on the base. So now a floater into left field is going to be tracked down and caught by the left fielder for Millard West. Running back to first is Gannon for out number 2 here in the bottom of the second inning. So Ramos flies out to the left fielder for out number 2, brings up the 9-hitter in the Grand Island lineup, Tyler Douglas. Douglas doing the catching for the Islanders today. He did not catch for Grand Island on Friday against Millard West, but caught on both Monday and Tuesday. He went 0 for 2 yesterday with 2 walks against the Junior Jays, and he almost gets hit on the first pitch of the at-bat, takes ball 1 inside, 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes. Ferguson on the mound, slider on the 1-0 is called a strike right down Broadway. We've seen that a couple times here as Brady Ferguson, the sophomore pitcher for Millard West, has been able to control his slider pretty well. He's comfortable as well pitching backwards in hitters counts. 1-0, 3-1, throwing that off speed. The 1-1 offering here from Ferguson as he checks the runner at first is swung on, popped out of play as that one drifts into the seats down the first base side. Fans ducking out of the way. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the 9-hole hitter, Tyler Douglas. Runner at first base for Grand Island is Gage Gannon. He drew a 1-out walk. Ferguson hasn't allowed any hits here today, but has allowed 3 free bases via walk. And now Douglas takes ball 2 outside, 2 balls, 2 strikes to the Grand Island 9-hole. Douglas, the righty hitter, Ferguson, the righty pitcher. With Gannon on first base, here's the 2-2 offering. Swung on and missed. It gets past the catcher, Kozad. Douglas sprinting down the first base line. It will not be in time. He's safe at first, so it will go a strikeout. But then Douglas reaches first base on a ball that gets past the catcher. It'll be called a wild pitch. And just like that, Grand Island, for the second straight inning, has a runner in scoring position without recording a hit. That brings up Broxton Barrientos, the leadoff hitter for Grand Island. Barrientos flew out to left field to start the bottom of the first inning on the second pitch of his at-bat. So that is the fourth strikeout of the game for Brady Ferguson on the mound, but it results in a base runner since Kozad wasn't able to get his body out in front of that one. On the first pitch of the AB, Barrientos goes around at a slider way outside the zone, 0-1. No balls, one strike here, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Grand Island up to bat, Millard West in the field. Wildcats lead 1-0 over the 8-seeded Islanders. The 0-1 pitch, same location, different result as Barrientos is able to lay off that one. 1 ball, 1 strike. 72 degrees here at Tal Anderson Field. The wind non-existent at this point. 1 ball, 1 strike. Brady Ferguson comes set, checks the runner at second twice, now fires on home. Good block behind the dish by Kozad. Gets it to fall right in front of home plate. And runners stay put at second and first base. But now Ferguson is behind in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike to the leadoff hitter, Broxton Barrientos. Gannon at second and Douglas at first. Gannon walked, and then Douglas reached on a drop ball third strike that went all the way to the backstop. The 2-1 offering is low and outside. Ball 3, 3-1. So Barrientos hitting from the right side, facing the righty Brady Ferguson. The 3-1 pitch outside, ball 4, and the Islanders have the bases loaded with 2 outs in the inning, and Millard West is going to talk things over on the mound. Gannon will advance to third, Douglas will advance to second, and Barrientos will occupy first base. That brings up the 2-hole hitter, Cohen Evans. Evans getting the start at first base today. His brother, Cole Evans, plays at Nebraska. Cole Evans was in attendance on Monday, I believe, if I remember correctly. And unfortunately did see Gretna win 2-0, or see Grand Island win 2-0 over Gretna, rather. So they're going to keep Brady Ferguson in the game. Ferguson has now allowed 4 walks here in this one. 2 in each inning. Ferguson now faces the lefty bat of Cohen Evans. Evans reached on a walk back in the first. 2 outs here, bottom of the second inning. First pitch to Evans is across the plate for a strike, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike here, 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. The pitch to Evans, scooped out of the turf and corralled by Corey Kozad behind the dish, as that is ball 1, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Ferguson approaching 50 pitches here in the bottom of the second inning. The 1-1 offering works itself back to the plate. Strike 2, 1 ball, 2 strikes. So now Ferguson, for the second straight inning, is just 1 pitch away from getting out of it. He has the bases loaded currently as the Islanders have filled him up. The 1-2 pitch upstairs, ball 2. E.J. Aarons, the 3-hole, waiting on deck, the starting right fielder. But first, it's Cohen Evans, the lefty. The 2-2 offering, just outside, 3 balls, 2 strikes. And so with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, runners will be moving with the pitch from Brady Ferguson, who has a 3-2 count on Cohen Evans. The pitch swung on, floated into shallow left field, being tracked down by Tyson Lewis. Won't get there. Grand Island scores 2. And stopping at third base is Broxton Barrientos, and Grand Island takes the lead 2-1 on their first hit of the game in the bottom of the second inning. It was a shallow pop fly from Cohen Evans as Ferguson tried to get him on the inside corner. He just muscled it into shallow left field. Tyson Lewis, the shortstop, tried to get over in time, unable to do so as the left fielder for Millard West was also coming in, and it dropped on the turf here at Tal Anderson Field, scoring 2 runs. And that was the benefit of moving on the pitch for Grand Island, as the runner at second was easily able to score. That runner was Tyler Douglas. So now Gannon and Douglas both score for Grand Island. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, E.J. Ahrens comes up to bat with Barrientos at third and Evans now at first base. So Ferguson gives up his first hit and 2 runs. The first pitch of the AB to Ahrens is low and away, ball 1. So a nice job. Doesn't matter how you get it done or how pretty it looks, as Evans gets a 2 RBI single on a full count pitch here in the bottom of the second, and Grand Island leads Millard West. The 1-0 pitch is going to be fouled back 1-1. It is 2-1 in the game. So 1 ball, 1 strike. As now Ferguson is up over 50 pitches. 2 outs. Pick over to first. Back in time is Cohen Evans over there at first base. Ferguson comes set at the belt. Fires home. This one swung on, and it's going to be a base knock into center field. Grand Island will score another one as Barrientos comes in from third on the base knock by E.J. Ahrens. So Ahrens with a 2-out single up the middle, and Grand Island takes a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the second inning. Millard West has an arm working in the bullpen out in left field. If Ferguson needs somebody to take over for him. So Grand Island leads 3-1 here in the bottom of the second. Brings up Carson Lighting. Lighting walked on 4 pitches back in the first inning. The pitch to Lighting. Upstairs, ball 1, 1-0. So Ferguson encountered some trouble here. Nice piece of hitting by the 2 and 3 hole hitters in the Grand Island lineup to give the Islanders a 3-1 lead. Ahrens takes ball 2, Lighting takes ball 2, 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Ferguson the pitch. Way outside. And it's 3-0. Ferguson throws for a sophomore with a lot of velocity. He's a hard-throwing righty. Just has good control of his slider. Been able to control his slider. It's been inaccurate, though, with the fastball that's hurt him. The 3-0 pitch to the 4-hole, Carson Lighting, as we're going to have an up-and-over move to second base just to force the runner at second, Cohen Evans, to retreat. Now the 3-0 pitch from Ferguson. Runners on first and second to Lighting. Down the middle, strike 1. So 3 balls, 1 strike here to Carson Lighting. The pitch from Ferguson, swung on, ground to the shortstop, fielded cleanly by Lewis on the backhand. The throw over to first, not in time as it's unable to be fielded cleanly by the first baseman, Peyton Moore. And so everybody will be safe, and Grand Island loads the bases once again. I would imagine that's going to be scored as a hit. That was a tough play in the 5-6 hole for the Arkansas commit, Tyson Lewis, to field. But he tried to make the play over at first. Peyton Moore had to go up the first base line to field it and was unable to scoop it on the throw from Tyson Lewis. It will be registered as a hit for the 4-hole Carson Lighting, who takes the 3-1 slider and hits a single to load the bases. So Cohen Evans advances to third, E.J. Ahrens advances to second, and Lighting will now occupy first. We have a change on the mound as Brady Ferguson's day is done. And Grand Island leads 3-1 here in the bottom of the second inning. We'll be right back in a few minutes and tell you about the new arm coming in for the Millard West Wildcats right after this on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln's summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited. And if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field. Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Nick Sainert back with you from Tal Anderson Field. And a little bit of action here in the bottom of the second inning as Grand Island has scored 3 runs here in the home half of inning number 2. They have extracted Brady Ferguson out of the game for Millard West, and now in doing the pitching, number 29, a sophomore, Trent Helms. Helms on the year 2-1 record with a 2.90 earned run average. Throws lefty against the lineup that features a couple lefties for Grand Island. Islanders will have the bases loaded for the 5-hole hitter, Braden Lee. Lee, the starting third baseman, he struck out looking to end the first inning a little while ago. But once again, it's been a tale of a lot of walks for Brady Ferguson, and now Trent Helms will try to right the ship for the Wildcats as he has a quick conversation with Corey Kozad, his catcher, and we're about ready to begin play once again to Braden Lee. So Ferguson's final stat line, he goes 1 2/3 innings, allows 3 runs on 3 hits, walks 4 batters, and strikes out 4 as well. And he's responsible for every runner on base here. Bases are juiced for the Islanders here in the bottom of the second inning. They've put up a 3 spot, and they lead 3-1. The first pitch of the at-bat to Braden Lee from the arm of Trent Helms is up and away for a ball, 1-0. Dinkelman is on deck. He started this inning with a strikeout. Now a nice piece up to center field is going to be down for a hit. Cohen Evans will score. Rounding third base coming home is E.J. Ahrens. And the Grand Island Islanders have a 5-1 lead on a 2-out single off the bat of Braden Lee. So a nice piece of hitting on the 1-0 fastball by Braden Lee as he takes that one into center field down for a hit. And scoring on the play is E.J. Ahrens and Cohen Evans. So now the Islanders have opened up a 4-run advantage here in the bottom of the second inning. Brings up Sam Dinkelman. He began this inning with a strikeout. He has runners on first and second. Now the first pitch to the AB is a breaking ball, low and away, ball 1. This entire rally began with 2 outs for Grand Island. The 1-0 offering here from Trent Harms, the sophomore pitcher. Swung on, hit well into center field. That one's going to be down for a base hit. It hops over the center fielder's head, and Grand Island will score multiple. 1 runner in. The second runner rounding third. It's cut off in center field. It won't be in time. And Grand Island is winning 7-1 over Millard West here in the bottom of the second inning. So that's something that you have to keep in mind with this turf is that ball bounces a little higher off that turf than it would off a normal grass. And so that's exactly how it was misplayed in center field by Brady Braw, as he wanted to come in, I think, and try to catch that one, but then was unable to. And by the time he recognized that it was going to be down, it bounced over his head. Just a rare occasion here for Millard West, who has allowed 7 runs here in the bottom of the second inning. 7-1 the score, Grand Island up by 6, as Dinkelman is able to clear the bases. And now Grand Island has successfully batted throughout their lineup. So despite the misplay in center field, Dinkelman was unable to advance to second. But now here to the 7 hitter in the lineup, Gage Gannon, the designated hitter. He has a 2-0 count. The 2-0 pitch swung on, hit skied high in back behind home plate, and that will reach the seats for strike 1. So Dinkelman will get credit for one of the RBIs on that single. The second run that scored is going to be due to the error in center field. So Dinkelman stands at first. Gannon in the box with a 2-1 advantage in the count. Grand Island puts up 7 runs here in the bottom of the second inning. We're still going. Have batted around. All 9 hitters have hit here in the second. As now this one's roped into left center field. It's going to be down for a base hit. Rounding second, going to third is Dinkelman. And now Gannon, sprinting towards second, is in there in time with a 2-out double. And so how about that approach on a 2-1 count for Gage Gannon as he ropes a 2-out double into left center field? Dinkelman advances to third base on the play. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second inning, Millard West is going to send another arm down to the bullpen to get warmed up as Kevin Ramos, the second baseman for Grand Island, steps into the plate. 7-1 the score. Grand Island leads by 6, 2 runners in scoring position as Dinkelman's at third and Gage Gannon is at second. Lefty on lefty matchup. Trent Harms, the sophomore pitcher. He hits him in the head. Ramos takes one in the helmet, and now bases will be juiced for Tyler Douglas. So on the first pitch of the at-bat, Tyler Douglas is hit in the brain bucket, and he's going to take and occupy first base. Now, Millard West is going to have another mound visit. We'll go ahead and step aside as well, pay some bills. We'll be right back in a minute or so right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Back here on 93.7 The Ticket, theticketfm.com. Nick Sainert with you from Tal Anderson Field. Grand Island will have the bases loaded here with the 9-hole hitter Tyler Douglas. He has worked a 1-ball, 1-strike count to the sophomore pitcher Trent Harms. The 1-1 pitch upstairs, ball 2, 2-1. The bases are loaded after Dinkelman singled, Gage Gannon then doubled And then Ramos on the first pitch of his at-bat was hit in the head. Bringing up Tyler Douglas now, the catcher. The 2-1 pitch swung on, skied high. This should end the inning as the first baseman for Millard West, Peyton Moore, ranges over into foul territory to end the inning. But what an inning it was for the Grand Island Islanders. They score 7 runs on 6 hits. 3 men were left on base. Trent Harms comes in and finally shuts the door for Brady Ferguson there in the bottom half of the second inning. So we go to the top of the third. Millard West will send hitters 3, 4, and 5 up to the plate. Tyson Lewis, Peyton Moore, and Caden Dreesen, the designated hitter, will all come up to bat here in the top half of the third inning. We'll be right back from Tal Anderson Field in 30 seconds right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
"13 hitters went up to the plate in that bottom of the second inning for Grand Island that saw them plate 7 runs there in that home half of the second inning. They now lead the number 1 seed Millard West Wildcats by a score of 7-1 as we enter the top of the third inning. So this is once again a matchup of the number 1 seed Millard West Wildcats, who are 2-0 so far in the tournament, going up against the Grand Island Islanders, who are the 8th seed. They got in with the help of wild card points after losing in their district to Lincoln East. So Grand Island actually played Millard West on the first game of the tournament last Friday, and they fell in 5 innings, 10-0. So Riley Plummer back out onto the mound, and this one hit well into right field for Tyson Lewis, and he knew it was gone. Tyson Lewis with a nice little bat flip, and the Arkansas commit brings Millard West back within 5 with a solo shot to begin the top of the third inning. Lewis took a fastball on the inside corner over the right field fence. He knew it cleared it the moment he hit the baseball. As now Millard West trails 7-2 here in the top of the third inning. That brings up Peyton Moore. Moore grounded out to the pitcher back in the first inning. Here's the first pitch of the AB from Plummer. This one swung on, hit well to left center field. The center fielder, Barrientos, ranges back. He drops it. That was a routine pop fly, and sliding into second is Peyton Moore on the air by the center fielder. Barrientos was there and settled under it in plenty of time, but then the ball just popped out of its mitt, and it hit the turf. So Peyton Moore slides into second with an error on the center fielder, and runners on second base now in scoring position for the designated hitter, the 5-hole hitter in the lineup, Caden Dreesen. Dreesen walked on 5 pitches back in the first. So Moore will be at second base. Dreesen at the plate. He takes ball 1 up and away, 1-0. This one by no means over, as Millard West can quickly put it on you. We saw a home run to lead off this third inning with off the bat of Tyson Lewis. And now here's the pitch from Plummer in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-0. So Millard West, the number 1 seed, Grand Island, the 8th seed. The 8th seed Islanders up here in the top of the third inning, 7-2. Plummer checks the runner at second, fires home, misses outside. Ball 3 to Caden Dreesen, the designated hitter for the Wildcats. Drew Derrimer, the Iowa Hawkeye commit, in the on-deck circle. Derrimer reached on an error as Dreesen now walks on 4 pitches. So things are somewhat getting interesting here as Millard West has tacked on 1 run thanks to a solo shot by Tyson Lewis here in the 3rd inning, and now have runners on 1st and 2nd in the top of the 3rd. They still trail by 5. Grand Island does have an arm warming down in the right field pen. Kirby Wells, the head coach for the Grand Island Islanders, wants to talk things over. I'll be honest, Grand Island not necessarily known for their offensive weaponry, but yesterday they put up 10 runs on 4 hits against Creighton Prep, and now today 7 runs on 6 hits against the number 1 seed Wildcats. Brings up number 7, the starting right fielder, Drew Derrimer. Derrimer, once again, reached on an error back in the 1st. He has runners on 1st and 2nd with nobody out. We'll see if maybe Derrimer wants to drop a bunt and move some guys over. The first pitch, the AB, Derrimer swings on. It's going to be skied a mile high into left field. Fairly routine for the left fielder as he ranges over into left center and makes the out for out number 1, or makes the catch rather for out number 1. So Derrimer, on the first pitch of his at-bat, flies out to the left fielder. And with 1 out here in the top of the 3rd, that brings up the second baseman, Dylan Swierczyk. Swierczyk reached on a fielder's choice, but it ended the inning in inning number 1. 7-2 here, Grand Island in the top half of the 3rd. Plummer, with runners on 1st and 2nd, faces the second baseman, Swierczyk. This one hit on, foul off to the right side. 0-1. So runners at 1st and 2nd for the Wildcats here in the top of the 3rd inning. 7-2 deficit in favor of the Islanders. As a ball in the dirt, runner stealing 3rd in time as Peyton Moore is thrown out at 3rd base on a nice block and recover by the catcher, Tyler Douglas, for Grand Island. So there's out number 2 here in the top of the 3rd inning. So Moore is caught stealing for out number 2. On the play, Dreesen did advance from 1st to 2nd. So runner at 2nd with 2 outs. This one swung on, hit down the right field line. If it stays fair, it would have scored Dreesen, but it sliced foul, and the count will be 0-2. Riley Plummer at 47 pitches here in this one. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Dylan Swierczyk, the 7-hitter in this Wildcat lineup. Dreesen, the DH, is at second base. This 1-2 offering in the dirt, low and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes as Swierczyk was able to hold up. Both sides with 6 hits and 2 errors. However, Grand Island with 7 runs as they plated 7 of them in the 2nd. The 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed. A big strikeout by Riley Plummer as he gets Swierczyk to go down swinging to end the top of the 3rd inning. 1 run on a solo shot from Tyson Lewis, the future Arkansas Razorback, as he deposits one over the right field wall. Grand Island still leads 7-2 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it's the top of the order. Barrientos, Evans, and Aarons, 1, 2, and 3 hitters due up in the home half of the 3rd inning from Tal Anderson Field. This is Class A State Baseball on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
We move to the bottom of the third inning. Due up for the Islanders here in the home half of the third. It will be the 1, 2, and 3 hitters, Barrientos, Evans, and Aarons. All three of these guys got on base and came around to score back in the second inning. Back out on the mound for Millard West will be the sophomore Trent Harms. Harms came in relief for Brady Ferguson back in that second inning. A lot of the damage in that second inning done with 2 outs. Nice pieces of hitting by the Islanders as they attacked the left-handed arm of Trent Harms as Barrientos swings and misses at the first pitch of the bottom of the third, 0-1. So the 0-1 offering here from Harms, right down Broadway on a fastball. No balls, 2 strikes quickly to Broxton Barrientos, the starting center fielder rather. He committed an error in the top of the third that he's fortunate didn't result in another run, as a fastball in the inside corner is called strike 3. And so Barrientos goes down looking to begin things here in inning number 3. So 1 out for Cohen Evans. Evans singled back in the second inning. He also walked back in the first. He watches strike 1 on the inside corner, 0-1. Harms trying to get into a rhythm, working at a pretty fast clip here as the slider goes low and away, ball 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Trent Harms working out of the windup here. He gets the fastball called strike 2 on the outside corner, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Next pitch will be the 20th of Harms' appearance, as the 1-2 offering is going to be low and away, ball 2. So something that we see, and you want to talk about the in-game adjustments and kind of the mentality that Millard West is going forward with. They normally, following a strikeout, will throw it around the infield, throw it around the horn, as it's called. But here, on that last strikeout to Broxton Barrientos, Kozad, the catcher, he almost threw it down to third and then threw it right back to the pitcher instead. So that's something that head coach Steve Fry has kind of put the axe on as Evans drives this one into right center field, going over his Derrimer to make the catch for out number 2. But as I was saying, that's something that Steve Fry has kind of said, we're not doing that. We're down 7-2 here in a state semifinal. And unfortunately for Grand Island, their first 2 hitters of the bottom of the third have gone down in order via a strikeout and a fly out to right field. 7-2 Grand Island with a 5-run advantage. The 8-seeded Islanders over the 1-seeded Millard West Wildcats. As the 3-hole hitter, E.J. Aarons, the starting right fielder for the Islanders, takes ball 1 up and in, 1-0. The 1-0 offering inside, 2-0. Harms trying to work fast and get on top of these Islander hitters, but falls behind. 2 balls, no strikes here to Aarons, and now outside, 3 balls, no strikes. Standing on deck is Carson Lighting. The 3-0 pitch, up and away, ball 4, and the 2-out walk to the 3-hole hitter, E.J. Aarons. And that's the thing that hurts, I should say, Millard West in the first and early parts of the second inning. Just so many walks. That's something that forced Brady Ferguson to be taken out of the game, and now Trent Harms doing a similar thing with a 2-out walk here in the third. Towards the later stages of that second inning, though, there were some good pieces of hitting by some of the Islander hitters. 7-2 the score. Grand Island out in front by 5. First pitch to the AB is outside. Ball 1 to the cleanup hitter, Carson Lighting. So now that's 5 straight balls thrown by the lefty, Trent Harms. Aarons leads off first, and now they'll pick over just to check him. But possibly Harms needs to worry about finding the zone here. Here in the bottom of the third. Conservative lead at first by Aarons. Harms delivers the 1-0 pitch, and that one clips the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the cleanup hitter, Carson Lighting. Harms checks the runner at first, now fires home. Outside corner, same spot. 1 ball, 2 strikes, as Lighting hasn't taken the bat off his shoulder here in this AB. Kirby Wells down at third base. Delivers the sign to his base runner at first, E.J. Aarons, and Lighting in the box. The 1-2 from Trent Harms, the lefty pitcher facing the righty hitter, Lighting. Swung on and missed. And Harms works around a 2-out walk and strikes out the cleanup hitter, Carson Lighting, for out number 3 here in inning number 3. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Millard West will send the 8, 9, and 1 hitters up to the plate. Nixon Snyder, Brady Braw, and Nick Van Tyker all due up for Millard West in the top half of the 4th inning. It's still 7-2 Islanders after 3 innings of play here from Tal Anderson Field on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Nick Sander back with you from Tal Anderson Field as the Millard West Wildcats come back up to the plate. We'll start here with the 8-hole hitter, Nixon Snyder. Snyder flew out to center field in his last AB and now pops the first pitch of the at-bat to shallow right field. Coming over and making the catch for out number 1 is E.J. Aarons. So 1 pitch, 1 out, a much-needed out number 1 for Riley Plummer on the mound. And the Grand Island Islanders have retired the first hitter of the top of the 4th. Brings up the 9-hole hitter, Brady Braw. He singled back in the 2nd. Ended up getting stranded at first, though, to end the 2nd inning. So now the first pitch to Braw is it goes behind the hitter. He, in fact, turned his back to the pitcher on that play, trying to just take that pitch in the back, but it was so far behind him that it still went to the backstop. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strike here to the 9-hole Brady Braw. This one swung on, hit well, bounces off the third baseman, and Braw will reach safely with a 1-out single. That one will, in fact, be counted as an error, it appears. The Islanders, a hit for Millard West. So Braw reaches on his 2nd single of the day. And now that brings up the Creighton commit, the future Blue Jay, Nick Van Tyker. Van Tyker hit 2 home runs in Friday's game, a solo shot in the 1st and a grand slam in the 4th. Now the pickoff attempt goes past the first baseman, Cohen Evans. Rounding 2nd, heading to 3rd is Braw, and he's going to be up standing at 3rd base. And now trying to get the crowd into it is Braw at 3rd base as he looks towards the student section and claps his hands. So an error on the pitcher as an errant throw on the pickoff attempt goes all the way to the wall in foul territory behind first base, and advancing from first to third is Bra. Now the pitch going to be fouled back on the first pitch of the at-bat to Nick Ventiker. Ventiker, so far today, singled to start the game, then got all the way around to third base and ended up scoring, then lined out to center field in the second. Here's the 0-1 pitch, fouled off hard to the left side, 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes here to the leadoff hitter in the Wildcat lineup, Nick Ventiker. Plummer working out of the windup with a runner on third. The pitch, up and away, ball 1. So as I mentioned, Ventiker on Friday, 2 for 2, 2 home runs and a walk. On Monday against Prep, he was 0 for 2 with 2 walks. Here's the 1-2 offering from Plummer. Outside, ball 2. On that Monday game against Creighton Prep where Millard West won 9-1, out of that leadoff spot, as I mentioned, Ventiker 0 for 2, 2 walks and 2 flyouts to center field. Here he is in this one, 1 for 2 so far today. The 2-2 offering hits Ventiker in the head. And so Ventiker will take a moment to shake that one off. They're going to go check on him just to be safe at first base as he kind of rubbed his head a little bit. They'll go through a quick protocol and a couple questions as the medical trainers will jog out to first base. And with that, we'll go ahead and step aside for 30 seconds as well. It's 7-2 Islanders here in the top of the 4th inning. 1 out, and Millard West has runners on the corners down by 5. We'll be back in a moment right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
So all is well and seems to be okay for Nick Ventiker, the Millard West leadoff hitter. He now stands at first base after being hit by a pitch in the helmet. So now Steve Fry, the third base coach and head coach for Millard West, is going to call time, talk to the 2 base runners, both Brady Brought, third base, Ventiker at first. Corey Kozad is going to be up to hit, and the on-deck hitter, Tyson Lewis. So that will count as a timeout for Millard West. So that brings up Corey Kozad, the catcher, number 5, hitting in the 2 spot today in the Millard West lineup, comes up with 1 out, runners on the corners. Kozad had an RBI double that scored Ventiker in the first inning, but then flew out to deep left center field in the second. Here's the pitch in the dirt, ball 1, 1-0. Millard West just trying to continue chipping away. They scored 1 run in the first. They led this one 1-0, and then the 7 spot by Grand Island in the bottom of the second inning. And then 1 run on a solo home run by the man who's on deck, Tyson Lewis, in the top of the third is where we're at, 7-2. Now this one hit a mile high into shallow center field. The right fielder, Aaron's going to take charge. He'll come in, throw home. It's going to be cut off by Cohen Evans, rather. And now Grand Island is going to challenge that the third base runner left early. They're going to say he's just fine. And so Millard West gets 1 run back here in the top of the 4th inning. So it'll go as a sacrifice fly for Corey Kozad. Ventiker was not able to advance from first to second on the sacrifice fly. But that is now out number 2 as Brady Bra comes in to score, and it's 7-3 Islanders. So now it's Tyson Lewis as it's skipped out in front of home plate. Ventiker with a great read on the pitch, and he takes second base without a throw. So now Van Tyker in scoring position for the guy who's going to be playing for Dave Van Horn down in Fayetteville. Lewis took a first pitch fastball in the third inning over the right field fence. He knew it was gone. It was a no-doubter. Runner at second is Nick Van Tyker. Now the pitch to Lewis. Hammered foul right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lewis went 2 for 4 on Monday in the 9-1 victory against Prep, but just 1 for 3 last Friday against Grand Island. Plummer checks Van Tyker at second base. He's back in time. Lewis, 2 for 2 in this one with a single and that home run. Singled back in the first, but then was caught stealing at second was Tyson Lewis. Plummer checks the runner at second. The pitch, low and inside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike to the 3-hole hitter Tyson Lewis. So Millard West trails by 4, 7-3. Plummer working from the stretch, comes set, the righty pitcher versus the lefty hitter. Brown picks off to second, not in time to get Van Tyker at second. Millard West, the number 1 seed here in the Class A tournament. Grand Island, the 8th seed. 7-3 the score. The Islanders ahead of Millard West. Tyson Lewis stands in with a 2-1 count. The pitch outside, ball 3, 3-1. Peyton Moore, the first baseman, stands on deck. He grounded out to the pitcher back in the first and then reached on an error back in the third, excuse me. The 3-1 offering to Lewis. Swung on, hammered down right field, and it's going to hook foul from the lefty hitter, Tyson Lewis. That one would have scored Van Tyker from second as it one-hopped to the wall, but just hooked foul down that right field line. So 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the 3-hole hitter, Tyson Lewis. Riley Plummer approaching 65 pitches, trying to get out of the 4th inning with just allowing 1 run. Now 3-2 offering, upstairs, ball 4, and Tyson Lewis draws a 2-out walk. That brings the cleanup hitter, Peyton Moore, to the plate. Grand Island does have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen, but Kirby Wells trying to see if Plummer can get out of this inning. Runners on first and second, 2 outs for Peyton Moore. The first pitch of the at-bat down Broadway for a strike, 0-1. 7-3 the score. Grand Island on top of Millard West. Here at Tal Anderson Field, there's no wind today, 75 degrees. Absolutely perfect day for baseball. The pitch swung on, fouled back. Both runners were moving. Van Tyker got a great jump at second base. But unfortunately, it goes for naught, and he'll have to wander on back as Peyton Moore fouled off the 0-1 offering. The 0-2 pitch from Riley Plummer, who comes set at the belt, takes a breath, checks the runner at second, slide steps home, and that was going to be basically a pitch out as it goes up and away for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to the Millard West cleanup hitter, Peyton Moore, heading to Southeast Community College. But first, has a 1-2 offering, but now Plummer will go up and over and force Van Tyker back to second base. So Millard West has runners on first and second. Tyson Lewis at first, Van Tyker at second. Peyton Moore up to bat. 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Millard West has added 1 run. Van Tyker goes. The throw down to third is going to hit off the batter. And now the ball is still live as it trickles into foul territory. Van Tyker will score. And so that hit the batter, Peyton Moore, on the throw down to third base. Kirby Wells is going to come out and ask home plate umpire Zach Lutz if that ball should have been considered dead. but that hit the helmet of Peyton Moore, who was standing still in the batter's box. He did not take a step. He did not try to impede the vision or the throwing path of the catcher, Tyler Douglas, for Grand Island. And so with that can't be considered batter's interference, as he was in the box and had his feet planted. So Millard West, as that ball ricocheted off of the batter and went into the Millard West dugout, they now have Tyson Lewis at second. It's a 2-2 count to Peyton Moore, and Van Tyker just scored Millard West's fourth run of the ball game. So it's 7-4 Islanders, still here in the top of the fourth. The pitch swung on, hit well into left field, right at the left fielder, though, as Peyton Moore walks back to the dugout frustrated, and rightfully so. He put a lick it into that one, but right at the left fielder for Grand Island. After the top of the fourth inning, Millard West scores 2 runs in the top half of the fourth, and they still trail 7-4 to the 8 seed Grand Island Islanders. Here as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning, in the home half of the frame, it's Braden Lee, Sam Dinkelman, and Gage Gannon due up for the Grand Island Islanders. 5, 6, and 7 hitters coming up in just a short moment right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching, and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field. Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Millard West just keeps chipping away at this Grand Island lead. The Islanders, here in the bottom of the fourth inning, will send hitters 5, 6, and 7 up to the plate. And we start with Braden Lee, the third baseman. He singled back in as part of that 7-run second inning that Grand Island had. He singled, came around to score. Now leads off here in inning number 4. 7-4 the score between Grand Island and Millard West, the 8-seeded Islanders with a 3-run lead. So Braden Lee steps into that right-handed batter's box, still facing the left-handed pitcher, Trent Harms. Harms came in relief for Brady Ferguson, and now Braden Lee fouls the 1-0 pitch off his leg, 1-1. So if this one stays the same and Grand Island comes away victorious, we'll have another game coming up in about 30 minutes with a trip to the state championship on the line. Millard West can come back and defeat the Islanders. They will stake their claim in Friday night's game. 7-4 the score, 2-1 pitch to Lee is swung on and missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the 5-hole hitter, Braden Lee. This one swung on, grounded to the shortstop. Fielded well by Tyson Lewis. A rocket over to first base in time. Out number 1. So 6-3 on the ground out. 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th. And that brings up the 6-hole hitter, Sam Dinkelman. Dinkelman singled back struck out to begin the second inning and then was brought up again later in that same inning and singled, was ultimately stranded at third. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled off to the right side, 0-1. Dinkelman, the left-handed hitter, facing the lefty arm of Harms. Swung on and missed. The 0-1 offering, slider on the outside corner. Dinkelman whiffed at. It's no balls, 2 strikes. Gage Gannon on deck. He walked and doubled back in the second. The 0-2 offering, low and outside. Good body by the catcher, Corey Kozad, for ball 1. Beautiful day for baseball. Once again, 75 degrees, a very slight wind blowing in from center field now. The 1-2 pitch, outside corner, called strike 3 by Trent Harms as Sam Dinkelman goes down looking for his second strikeout of the game. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brings up the designated hitter, Gage Gannon. Gannon walked and doubled back in the 2nd inning, came around to score on the at-bat. He walked, but then was stranded at second after his double. The 0-0 pitch, low, and ball 1. Seven runs, 5 hits, and 5 errors for Grand Island here today. This one chopped to third, throw over to first, unable to be scooped by the first baseman, Peyton Moore, on the throw from Nick Van Tyker. And on the error made by the third baseman, this bottom of the 4th will be extended for the 8-hitter, Kevin Ramos. Ramos flew out for the second out in the 2nd inning, and then also was a hit by pitch victim as he got drilled in the dome in the 2nd as well. So 2 batters have been hit in the head here today, Ramos and Van Tyker for Millard West. Runner on first. The first pitch, the at-bat, down the middle for a strike, 0-1. So Gannon reaches on the throwing error made by the third baseman, Nick Van Tyker. So now Gannon's at first. The 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed by Ramos, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Grand Island, who put up a crooked number, 7 runs in the bottom half of the 2nd inning, lead Millard West 7-4. The 0-2 pitch, grounded up the middle, chopper, fielded cleanly by the second baseman. He'll just gently jog over to second base, step on the bag for the force out, and out number 3 here in the 4th inning. We head to the top of the 5th, where Millard West will send their 5, 6, and 7 hitters up to the plate. Dreesen, Derimer, and Swierczek all due up as we have a 7-4 Islanders lead over the number 1 seed Wildcats here from Tal Anderson Field in Omaha on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
It'll be a new pitcher on the mound for Grand Island to start the 5th inning, number 20, Caden Kusela, a senior. He's 1-0 this year with a 1.65 ERA. So Caden Kusela relieves Riley Plummer, who finishes the game with 4 innings pitched and 4 runs allowed. Gave up 5 hits to the Wildcats as well. And Grand Island has committed 5 errors. You want to talk about a sloppy game, a total of 9 errors through the 4th inning here in this one. 5 by Grand Island and 4 by the Wildcats. But Grand Island still leads 7-4. And so, once again, Caden Cusella is on the bump, the right-handed pitcher. First pitch in the zone, called strike 1 to Caden Dreesen, the designated hitter. Seven to 4 the score, Grand Island out in front. The slider on the 0-1 pitch, outside, 1-1. Dreesen is 0 for 0 today as he's drawn 2 walks. Drops down a surprise bunt. It's going to hop foul. That was a really good job by Dreesen dropping a bunt, as it didn't have a whole lot of power behind it. It took a couple bounces right in front of home plate on the third base side and then just bounced across that foul line into foul territory. 1 ball, 2 strikes here to the leadoff hitter in the 5th inning for Millard West, Caden Dreesen. Millard West trying to have to avoid playing another game immediately after this one, as this one is fouled back on 1-2. We'll do it again. Grand Island put up 7 runs in that 2nd inning. Here's the 1-2 offering. Outside corner on a breaking ball, and Caden Dreesen goes down watching for out number 1 here in the 5th inning. So now we're going to have a substitution as number 17, Caleb Lanphier, comes in for Drew Derrimer, at least at the plate. Drew Derrimer could be eligible to re-enter into right field, but Steve Fry calling for Caleb Lanphier. Lanphier, good to see him back out there. He took one off the face while up to bat on Monday against Prep. Didn't know how serious it was. Lanphier fell to the ground and just kind of held up by his eye. And as he watches strike 1 on a breaking ball in the outside corner, Lanphier is down 0-1. The righty-on-righty matchup, the pitch on 0-1, outside 0-2. Heavy dose of slider for Caden Cusella here in the top of the 5th. Millard West trails 7-4. Both teams have 5 hits. The 1-1 pitch, fastball down the middle of the plate, swung on and missed for a strike, 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning here for Millard West. Running out of time as the 1-2 offering is going to go over the head of Caleb Lanphier. He ducked out of the way of that one, and I think he regretted that decision immediately. He should have probably taken that one in the back. It was a breaking ball, would have hit the back of Lanphier, and he could have taken first base. The 2-2 offering. Low and away, ball 3. Lanphier on the year, .318 at the plate, 3 home runs and 4 runs driven in. The 3-2 offering to Lanphier, swung on, hammered foul right side. We'll do it again. Lanphier definitely sitting on the off speed there. He was extremely late on that fastball, but with a 2-strike approach and a pitcher on the mound in Cusella who's thrown a heavy dosage of sliders, that's kind of the approach to have. On time with the breaking ball and late on the fastball. As now Lanphier is going to take ball 4. It goes over his head once again. It was a slider that just didn't work itself back to the plate. So Lanphier works a 1-out walk, and just like we all kind of predicted, Drew Derrimer is going to re-enter into the game at first base. So Lanphier was in there and now has exhausted his at-bat as he just takes a 1-out walk. Drew Derrimer will re-enter and take over at first base on the base paths. Derrimer, a little bit better of an athlete than Lanphier, I suppose. So now it brings up Dylan Swierczyk. Swierczyk is 0 for 2 today, grounded in a fielder's choice back in the first and struck out swinging to end the third. Grand Island currently leads Millard West 7-4, top of the fifth inning. Derrimer standing at first. One out here, top of the fifth. Tal Anderson Field in Omaha. Derrimer leads off first. Cusella throws home, outside, ball one. Or rather, ball two, excuse me. I believe the scoreboard is actually wrong. I believe that first pitch, yes, 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, as the umpire, Zach Lutz, behind the plate, just put up the fingers. The 1-1 pitch fouled off back. It'll get into the seats. And we'll do it at 1-2. So the scoreboard incorrect there, as the first pitch of the at-bat was fouled off. It got to the backstop, but it was a bunt attempt by Swierczyk that was fouled off. So we'll do it at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Nixon Snyder is on deck, the left fielder. He's 0 for 2 with 2 flyouts today. Drew Derrimer stands on first. Dylan Swierczyk in the box. The 1-2 offering from Cusella. We'll have to wait a moment as he steps off the back of the rubber and resets. Wouldn't be surprised to see Derrimer in motion here as he steals. Now the 1-2 pitch is going to be up high and inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Derrimer, on my cue, steals second base. So Derrimer will now be in scoring position for Dylan Swierczyk, who has a 2 ball and 2 strike count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here to the 7-hitter in the Millard West lineup, Dylan Swierczyk. The offering swung on, fouled back, as that one reaches the second level concourse here at Tal. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We'll do it again. While we have a moment, I want to thank all our sponsors for supporting high school baseball. A1 Automotive, the Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty, Independence Built, the NDOT Highway Safety Office, DBAT Lincoln, and High Electric. It's been a great week of high school baseball. Friday's games were great, and so far we've been treated to some good ones on Monday and Tuesday. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Caden Cusella. Swung on and missed on a fastball, or excuse me, a slider rather, up in the zone. It looked like Swierczyk didn't really want to swing around at that one, but could not hold up his barrel, and he goes down swinging on strikes. 2 outs now in the top of the 5th inning. 7-4 the score, the 8-seed Grand Island on top of the number 1 seed, Millard West Wildcats. Derrimer stands at second base in scoring position. Caden Cusella in his first inning of work out of the pen is 1 out away from getting out of the top of the 5th unscathed. He throws the first offering to Nixon Snyder. It's low and away for a ball, 1-0. Brady Braw is on deck. He's 2 for 2 in this one. Braw, going back to yesterday, is 4 for 6 in his last 6 plate appearances. Cusella will spin around. Braw's had himself a really good day, or excuse me, really good week at the state tournament. In the 3 games, he is 6 for 8 at the plate with 6 singles, a strikeout and a flyout. The pitch up above the head of the 8-hitter Nixon Snyder, ball 2. So the days of your 9-hole hitter being your weakest hitter are over, as Brady Braw and the Wildcats have kind of shown that to the fans here this week. Top of the 5th inning, 2 balls, no strikes. The pitch, low in the dirt, 3-0. So if signs are pointing to it, Brady Braw is going to get an opportunity here in the visiting half of the 5th inning. 7-4, Grand Island with a 3-run lead. Both teams have just 5 hits and a combined 9 errors. The 3-0 pitch Upstairs, ball 4, Nixon Snyder draws a 4-pitch walk, and Brady Braw comes up to the plate with a runner in scoring position, and that's Derrimer at second base. So Brady Braw singled back in the second. He was stranded on first base, though, and then singled once again in the fourth, got around to third on an error made on a pickoff play, and then scored as well. The first pitch to Braw swung on, fouled back, 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Brady Braw as Caden Cusella trying to work a clean inning. Islanders are 1 out away from getting to the bottom of the 5th with a 7-4 lead over the number 1 seed, the team that they lost to 10-0 on Friday, as Cusella goes up and over and checks on the runner at second, forcing Derrimer at second to retreat. Derrimer at second and Nixon Snyder at first for Millard West. Brady Braw at the plate. The pitch up and in, 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick Van Tyker, the future Creighton Blue Jay, stands on deck. He is 1 for 2 today. He got hit by a pitch in the helmet last time up. Here's the 1-1 pitch, swung on and missed as Brady Braw falls behind in the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 7-4 the score. Millard West scored 1 run in the first and third inning and 2 in the fourth. Grand Island with that lone 7 spot in the bottom of the second. Runners on first and second base, 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. The pitch swung on and missed, and Caden Cusella tells the Millard West dugout to shush as he puts his finger over his mouth. And how about that? Grand Island gets out of the top of the 5th inning with a clean 0 on the scoreboard. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Grand Island will send their 9-1-2 hitters up to the plate. Douglas, Barrientos, and Evans coming up to the plate after we return right here on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi, everyone. Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
So how about this performance from Grand Island to this point? They lead 7-4 over Millard West. The Islanders with a 7 spot in that second inning. Both teams played in a sloppy game. A lot of walks on each side and a combined 9 errors. 5 for Grand Island and 4 for Millard West. Uncharacteristic type of game for both sides. Millard West usually pretty sound top to bottom on both offense and defense, while Grand Island usually lacks a little bit in the offensive category, but is usually pretty solid on defense. But here they are with 5 errors through 4 innings. As the first pitch is going to be a ball, the second pitch is fouled off to the right side. 1 ball, 1 strike. I tell you what, a lot of foul balls. It's a lot of dangerous territory. That's the one bad thing about Tal Anderson Field. There's been a lot of fans that have had to duck and run or run and duck as the 1-1 pitch in the zone for a strike. hitter Tyler Douglas, the catcher for Grand Island. He'll be faced with a 1-2 count. Trent Harms has been pretty good in relief, 3 scoreless innings, as Douglas goes down swinging for strike 3 and out number 1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Brings up the top of the order as the lineup turns over. Broxton Barrientos. Barrientos flew out in the first, walked in the second, and struck out looking in the third. Here's the first pitch to Barrientos as it's hit decently well to center field. Fairly routine for the center fielder, and retired for out number 2 is Broxton Barrientos on a fly out to center field. Cohen Evans now up to the dish. Evans walked back in the first, singled in the second, and flew out to the right fielder in the third. Evans, the lefty hitter, facing the lefty arm of Trent Harms. The first pitch swung on and missed in the dirt. 0-1. So in case you're unfamiliar with it, if Grand Island's able to get the best of Millard West here in game 1, then we'll play another one immediately after, or 30 minutes or so after. But if Millard West is able to come back and erase the 3-run deficit that they're facing, then they'll be able to punch their ticket to the state final on Friday night at 7 p.m. The 0-2 pitch to Cohen Evans is low and away in the dirt, ball 1. Evans going to be attending Cloud County Community College. It's a JUCO. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Outside, ball 2. So 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the offering from Harms. Grounded to the shortstop, Tyson Lewis. Fields it cleanly. Throws across the diamond in time for out number 3. Trent Harms makes quick work of the 9-1 and 2 hitters here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Millard West heads to the top of the 6th, where they'll send the top of their order up to the plate. Ventiker, Kozad, and Lewis all due up for the Wildcats in the top of the 6th inning. Islanders still lead 7-4 here from Tal Anderson Field on 93.7 The Ticket.
Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career, or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
We move to the top of the 6th inning as Millard West still searching for some solution to chip into this lead. Chip into this deficit. They trail 7-4. Cusella drills Nick Ventiker. Ventiker looks back Cusella's way and claps. So there's a little bit of animosity from both sides here, as you'll remember when Cusella struck out Brady Braw, the 9-hitter, to end the 5th inning. He shushed the Millard West dugout. And so Ventiker, with a little bit of a response there, as he gets drilled by the pitch and goes to first base. Brings up Corey Kozad, the 2-hitter in the lineup. The first pitch, it's a bunt fielded by the pitcher. It's bobbled. Kozad will not get there in time as he's tripped by the first baseman, Cohen Evans. But the sacrifice works as Ventiker advances to second base on the sacrifice bunt. So that brings up Tyson Lewis, the shortstop, here in the top of the 6th inning with 1 out. Lewis hit a solo shot back in the third. Cleared the 330 fence in right field. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed on a fastball up in the zone. Lewis may have pulled his head just a little bit on that one. I think he had his eyes set on another one to go over the wall, but now is down the count. No balls, 1 strike. Before the 0-1 pitch, we're going to have a time called by Tyler Douglas. Douglas, I think, wanted to talk to Cusella about maybe mixing up the signs because Van Tyker, along with the rest of Millard West, they're pretty good and aware of signals and kind of just watching what the catcher does here. No balls, 1 strike. Caden Cusella on the mound in relief. The pitch is just outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. That was a slider that we've seen Cusella throw quite a bit, just unable to be worked back to the plate and hit that outside corner for a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Cusella is now over 30 pitches with this next 1-1 offering to Tyson Lewis. The pitch on 1-1 swung and fouled back. That was low and inside that Lewis was just a tad tardy on. So 1 ball, 2 strike now to the Millard West shortstop. 1 out here in the top of the 6th inning. Van Tyker is on second base. 7-4 the score. Grand Island out in front. The 1-2 offering up and away. Ball 2. We have crossed the noon hour here as this game has been going on for about 2 hours and 1 minute. The 2-2 offering to Lewis. Swung on, chopped foul to the right. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Caden Cusella in relief of Riley Plummer. Riley Plummer gave Grand Island head coach Kirby Wells 4 strong innings against the number 1 seed Wildcats. Now Cusella trying to close the door. The 2-2 pitch is going to be low and in as it was a slider that worked towards the back foot of the lefty hitter, Tyson Lewis. And so with that, he had to slide out of the way and take ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the shortstop, number 9, Tyson Lewis. Cusella comes set at the belt. The pitch just upstairs, and Tyson Lewis draws a 1-out walk. So now runners at first and second with 1 out for the cleanup hitter who has struggled today, Peyton Moore. Moore's grounded out to the pitcher in the first. He reached on an error made by the center fielder in the third and then lined out to the left fielder to end the 4th inning. Had a really good piece in the 4th, just right at the left fielder. Now he takes strike 1 on the inside corner, 0-1. Peyton Moore 0 for 2 in Monday's win against Creighton Prep. No balls, 1 strike. Cusella comes set, the pitch home. Swung on, fouled back to the net, and Cusella's ahead 0-2. On deck going to be Caden Dreesen, the designated hitter. He struck out looking back in the 5th. He's 0 for 1 with 2 walks as well. So Van Tyker at second, Lewis at first. Peyton Moore, the cleanup hitter for Millard West, in the box with the Wildcats down by 3. The 0-2 pitch way outside. Ball 1. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the top of the 6th inning. Millard West trails 7-4 to Grand Island. Here's the 1-2 offering. Slider swung on and missed, and Peyton Moore goes down swinging on a slider that worked towards the outside part of the plate. And Peyton Moore was miles out in front of it. And so with that strikeout, that is now out number 2 here in the 6th inning for Caden Cusella. Kusela now has to deal with Caden Dreesen, the designated hitter. Here's the first pitch, the at-bat, ball high, 1-0. So once again, Dreesen has drawn 2 walks today, back in the first and third inning, and then struck out looking in the 5th. He was the first batter that Kusela has faced. Here's the 1-0 offering, ball 2, up in the zone, 2-0. So now Kusela has eclipsed 40 pitches. He's currently sitting at 41 in an inning and 2/3 of work. The 2-0 pitch swung on, fouled back once again as it hits the building or the structure here and came back into the lower bowl at Tal Anderson Field. So 2 balls, 1 strike now to Caden Dreesen. Dreesen, the designated hitter, once again, as runners go, throw down to third, is not going to be able to be scooped, and Van Tyker is going to go around third to score. Millard West, every way possible, has been able to get a couple runs to just keep chipping away, and in an inning that for a moment seemed like Millard West was not going to be able to add on any here in the top of the 6th. They do on an error by the catcher that the third baseman was unable to make a play on, Braden Lee. And Van Tyker, when they stole, is able to take advantage of an erred throw and score from third. In the process, Tyson Lewis advanced to third. So now the pitch on 2-2 is going to be outside, ball 3. Drew Dermer in the on-deck circle. He was pinch hit for back in the 5th, but then re-entered on the base paths. The 3-2 pitch swung on and fouled back as it went right off the catcher, Douglas. So Dreesen stays alive, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So that'll go as a stolen base for Van Tyker to third, and then he advanced home on the throw, the throwing error that is, from the catcher, Tyler Douglas. So now we're almost ready to go once again at 3-2 with Tyson Lewis, the Millard West shortstop, on third base. Dreesen at the plate with 2 outs. The 3-2 pitch upstairs, ball 4, and Dreesen draws his 3rd walk of the day. And so in 4 at-bats, Dreesen is 0 for 1 with a strikeout and 3 walks. Here we are as Millard West may make a substitution on the base paths. It sounds like, or it seems like rather, that Dreesen is going to be subbed out for number 1, Landon Horst. We saw Landon Horst come in courtesy runner situations previously this tournament. And here he is entering for Dreesen at first base. Horst at first is going to be the tying run. So a ball in the gap here by Drew Dermer, the future Iowa Hawkeye, could potentially tie this ball game up if he's able to get a hold of this one in a gap. So Horst is at first base. Caden Kusela, the Islander pitcher, trying to work out of it. 7-5 the score. The first pitch to Dermer across the heart of the plate on a slider. 0-1. Grand Island trying to stay alive. If they win this game, they'll have a winner-take-all game approximately 30 minutes after the conclusion of this one to see if they can upset them again, as the ball in the dirt is going to be corralled by the catcher, Douglas, but in the process, Horst is going to advance to second on the wild pitch. And so with that, now the tying run is in scoring position. Drew Dermer with a 1-1 count at the plate. Dermer threw on Friday against this Grand Island team, now getting the start in right field. The 1-1 pitch swung on, fouled off the catcher's helmet, and it'll be 1 ball and 2 strikes. So Drew Derrimer up in the box. Runners on second and third. The tying run is on second for Millard West. The pitch fouled away back to the net as Derrimer was able to wait long enough on the slider. It caught a little too much of the plate, and it was fouled back. Caden Cusella at 50 pitches now in the relief outing. He came in at the start of the fifth inning. Now here we are in the top of the sixth. Cusella, the 1-2 offering to Derrimer. Swung on and missed. He gets his slider to work, and Derrimer goes down swinging, and we head to the bottom of the sixth inning with the Grand Island Islanders up by 2 runs, 7-5 over the Millard West Wildcats here at Tal Anderson Field. Due up for Grand Island in the home half of the sixth inning. It'll be the 3, 4, and 5 hitters, Aarons, Lighting, and Lee, all due up for the Islanders here in the home half of the sixth. We go to the bottom of the sixth, 7-5 Grand Island over the number 1 seed, Millard West Wildcats. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching, and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited, and if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field.
Some kids worry about making the sports team. Others worry about where they'll sleep tonight. In Lincoln, 300 kids are in need of a safe and loving home. Cedars is here for them, but we do need your help. A gift to Cedars makes an immediate impact on Lincoln's kids. And on Give to Lincoln Day, your gift goes even further. I'm Jim Blue, president of the Cedars organization, and I'm asking you to go to givetolincoln.com to make your gift to Cedars and support Lincoln's kids today.
Leading off the bottom of the sixth inning is going to be E.J. Aarons. Still facing the lefty arm of Trent Harms on the mound. And he gets a swinging strike on the first pitch of the at-bat, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch from Harms, swung on and missed. Again, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Aarons walked back in the third. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Going to be hit on a line out to second base. Knocked down, thrown over to first in time for out number 1. As that one hit off the second baseman's knee, Dylan Swierczyk was able to fire it over to first in time. And Kirby Wells is just going to go talk to the first base umpire here real quick just to see if he could change the call potentially, as they did not agree with it, but no dice on that conversation. So out number 1 of the inning goes on a 4-3 ground out. It's more like a 1 hop off of a line drive, but still counts the same. Brings up the cleanup hitter for Grand Island, Carson Lighting. Lighting takes ball 1 in the dirt, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch, right down the middle. 1 ball, 1 strike. Lighting struck out swinging back in the third inning, singled in the second, and came around to score as part of that big 7-run second inning. He watches strike 2 on the outside half. 1 ball, 2 strike. Trent Harms done a really good job in relief of Brady Ferguson. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Chopped to the pitcher Harms will take his time, throw accurately over to first base in time for the second out of the inning. So now Harms making quick work of the Grand Island heart of the order, as now the third baseman, the 5th hitter in this Grand Island lineup, Braden Lee, comes to bat. He struck out looking back in the first, grounded out in the fourth. He fouls this first pitch of the AB off to the left side, 0-1. Trent harms the lefty arm, and if Millard West has to play another one here, they're going to be pretty excited by what Trent Harms has given them in relief. Came in the second inning and has been able to right the ship. He starts out 2 balls and 1 strike here to Braden Lee. Here's the 2-1 offering, swung on and fouled deep to left field. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th inning. The pitch chopped over the pitcher's head. Lewis coming in, throws across to first in time for out number 3. So Grand Island goes 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runners left on base, and no runs scored for Grand Island in the home half of the 6th inning. We go to the 7th, and it's Millard West's final chance to avoid playing in an elimination game in about an hour and a half or so, as they have 3 outs to work with. Here in the 7th inning, they will send the bottom 3 hitters in their lineup up to the plate. Dylan Swierczek, Nixon Snyder, and Brady Braw all due up here in the top half of the 7th inning. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Nick Sander back with you. Top of the 7th inning as Millard West trails by 2, 7-5. We'll have a pinch hitter for Dylan Swierczek as Steve Fry, the head coach for Millard West, will call on number 11, Ben Sturbins. Sturbins, the junior, came in and pitched in Monday's game against Creighton Prep. Sturbins on the year, 265 at the plate, with no home runs and 13 runs batted in. So the right-handed hitter, Ben Sturbins, to step in. Caden Cusella still on the mound for Grand Island. The first pitch, outside corner, good for a strike, 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike here as the pinch hitter, Ben Sturbins, steps in. He bunts it down. It's going to go right back to the pitcher. The throw over to first is in time for out number 1. So a little bit of a questionable decision there by Ben Sturbins. Steve Fry kind of threw his hands up in the air going, what are we doing? You're down by 2 runs, just trying to manufacture base runners, I suppose. But Sturbins is retired for out number 1. Brings up the left fielder, Nixon Snyder, with 1 out here in the 7th inning. Here's the pitch from Cusella, just a hair outside, ball 1. So Cusella took over in relief in the 5th inning. Now he gets a swinging strike on the 1-0 offering, 1 ball, 1 strike. So Nixon Snyder, the 1-1, takes outside, ball 2, 2 balls, 1 strike. So Caden Cusella trying to shut the door and get Grand Island another game here at Tal Anderson Field. He throws in the dirt, ball 3, 3-1. Brady Braw, who struck out last time up, is standing on deck. Here's the 3-1 offering from Cusella. Works itself back to the plate. Strike 2, 3 balls, 2 strikes. So full count here to the 8-hitter, the left fielder, Nixon Snyder. Here's the pitch. Up and in for ball 4. So Snyder draws the 1-out walk. And now we're going to have a pinch hitter for Brady Braw as number 21, Tanner Wilbeck, comes up to the plate. Wilbeck, a senior, hitting 250 on the plate, this year from the plate. Has no home runs, just 1 run driven in. Only seen 20 at-bats, though. So Wilbeck coming in for Brady Braw with a guy on first base and 1 out here in the top of the 7th inning. Millard West trails 7-5. Their final chance here as the first pitch of the at-bat is going to be low and outside corner, strike 1. So we've seen Caden Cusella come in and really pound that outside corner. He's done it well. The 0-1 pitch from Cusella. Up and in, ball 1. Nixon Snyder stands on first with 1 out after the pinch hitter, Ben Sturbins, bunted to the pitcher to start the inning. Tanner Wilbeck, the pinch hitter here. He swings and fouls it back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. We're approaching 2.5 hours of baseball here. Game started at 10:01 a.m. Here's the pitch. The runner goes, swung on, fouled back. And we'll do it again at 1-2. Nixon Snyder at first base was off with the pitch. Got a really good jump as we haven't seen Cusella pick over a whole lot. But Tanner Wilbeck had to fight off strike 3 back to the net. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Low and away, ball 2. The top of the order with Nick Ventiker is waiting on deck. Obviously, to follow Ventiker, it would be Kozad and the future Arkansas Razorback Tyson Lewis. The runner goes once again, ball 3 outside. The throw into second, not in time. And so Snyder swipes second base on a late throw by the catcher Douglas. And Wilbeck has now worked a full count. He'll have 3 balls and 2 strikes coming up here in just a moment. Grand Island leads 7-5. They're clinging onto a 7-run second inning that they had. Nixon Snyder stands at second base. Here's the pitch on 3-2. Swing and a miss. It would have been ball 4 if Wilbeck wouldn't have swung. It would have been low and outside, but instead Wilbeck offers at the pitch on 3 balls and 2 strikes and strikes out for the second out of the 7th inning. Brings up Nick Ventiker, the future Creighton Blue Jay. Ventiker, so far today, has been hit by a pitch twice, singled and lined out. Ventiker, last time he was up to the plate, got drilled in the back by Caden Cusella. Here's the pitch. Slider works itself back to the plate and fouled off into the Millard West dugout. Be interesting to see if these students decide to stick around for this second game. They've stuck around here. They came out in full force. It's neon themed as well over there, so everybody's got Some neon colors on. The 0-1 pitch, just a hair outside. Ball 1-1. Nick Van Tyker has all 3 times he got on scored the run. So if patterns stay the same and he gets on base here, Millard West would be able to tie this ball game up. They trail by 2. The slider, inside corner, called strike 2. Van Tyker wasn't a huge fan of that call from home plate umpire Zach Lutz. But nonetheless, it's a 1-ball, 2-strike count here on Van Tyker. The Grand Island Islanders 1 strike away from forcing another game, an if necessary game. Here's the pitch on 1-2. Fouled back. Van Tyker stays alive. We'll do it again at 1-2. Coming up at 4 o'clock, we'll have Lincoln East and Elkhorn South coming your way. Lincoln East in the same position that Millard West came into today, where you just have to win one and you're in the state final. Lincoln East coaching staff sitting behind home plate already. Caden Cusella came in the 5th inning trying to slam the door. The 1-2 pitch to Van Tyker. Swing and a miss, and Grand Island forces an if necessary game. They revenge last Friday's 10-0 run rule loss to the same Millard West team with a 7-run second inning. Grand Island has defeated the number 1 seed Millard West Wildcats 7-5. The scoreline doesn't look pretty as Millard West scores 5 runs on 5 hits, commits 4 errors in the process. Grand Island, 7 runs on 5 hits, commits 6 errors in the process. Don't go anywhere. We'll go ahead and send it back to the studio for a short time. And when we come back here in a little while to Tal Anderson Field, we'll have a state title berth on the line as Grand Island, the 8 seed, beats the number 1 seed Millard West Wildcats by a score of 7-5 here at Tal Anderson Field. Nick Sainert saying so long for now, but we'll be back soon to talk to you soon here with the if necessary game in Omaha here in the Class A State Baseball Tournament. We'll be right back on 93.7 The Ticket.
Whether you're looking for a new place to call home or trying to sell your current home, you want to make it as easy as possible. So why not use a realtor that works harder so you don't have to? The Carpe Diem team at Nebraska Realty is your go-to realty team for all your residential and commercial needs. They pride themselves on working hard and making your life as easy as possible while educating you every step of the way. Contact the Carpe Diem team to seize your moment, whether it be buying, selling, building, investing, or even commercial real estate. Give them a call today at 402-429-8121.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock, A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. Spring is here. Summer is fast approaching. With weddings, vacations, and weekend getaways on your mind, do not let car issues prevent you from getting where you need to be. Car problems shouldn't be something that you put up with. Let us get you back on the road in comfort and safety. We diagnose all makes and models from Porsches to Hondas, Toyotas, and Chevrolets. We fix a variety of issues with all of them with our talented techs and our experienced staff. A1 Automotive at 11th and L, downtown Lincoln, always honest answers.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
Hey, it's Nicklin Hames from Nebraska Volleyball. I hate wasting time in practice, and I want to help you stop wasting your time when you're looking for an electrician. High Electric has been serving the area for over 30 years for both residential and commercial properties. They are experts in everything like remodeling, new additions, hot tub installation, and more. And they take jobs from Beatrice to Omaha and all towns, big or small, in between. Call them today at 402-466-6606 or learn more at high-electric.com.
Hey guys, Nick Sainert here for DBAT Lincoln. Summer is quickly approaching and there's no better way to spend your days than at DBAT Lincoln summer camps for players 13 years and younger. Give your baseball or softball player the chance to improve their hitting, fielding, and base running skills from the best instructors in Lincoln. Sign up now because spots are limited. And if you mention you heard this ad on 93.7 The Ticket, you will receive 20% off your entire enrollment. For more information or to sign up, call DBAT Lincoln at 402-882-3228 or visit their location 2 blocks south of Lincoln Southwest High School. DBAT Lincoln, developing beliefs, attitudes, and traditions on and off the field. Are you looking for a fresh office space or a new place to call home? Independence Built is who to call for all your new residential or commercial builds and remodels. Independence Built is in the process of building a brand new single-family or townhome development in Lincoln, while also in the process of a new walkout townhome development in Bennett. Don't wait. New lots and homes are available now through Independence Built. Give Ken and Dreeling a call today at 402-430-4954. That's 402-430-4954. You've driven by GE Landscape Supply countless times, likely without even knowing, at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. Now it's time to stop in. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. They sell in bulk to save you money, and you can buy anything from a 5-gallon bucket to a semi-load. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402